The United States has been working with two of our strongest allies for 3 years to enhance underwater military capabilities. Justin Gick has more.
The two allies the United States is working with are Australia and the United Kingdom, and the goal here is to combine all of our resources to implement even better underwater vessels, submarines. In March of 2023, President Joe Biden and the Prime Ministers from the United Kingdom and Australia came together to announce a new partnership called AUKUS, which Senator Kevin Cramer says the Biden administration came up with.
Of using the very rich and long-time alliance of Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America to modernize and really produce, if you will, at a much faster rate, the type of underwater vessels, submarines.
However, the submarines that will be used for this endeavor are not just regular ones. They will be nuclear-powered Virginia-class boats. Cramer says by doing this as three nations and by maximizing assets from each, it will help to make sure all are more than prepared as China continues to be a major threat as they continue to advance their technologies in the sea. Right now, Cramer says this project is in Phase 1, which is where the United States is preparing to transfer some Virginia-class submarines that have been in our fleet for some time to Australia.
We also are training a number of their people here in the United States. Some of their sailors, certainly some of the, they don't have the type of nuclear technologies and advancements that we have to better understand how a nuclear submarine actually works, much less how it's maintained.
Cramer says the hope is to build out the manufacturing infrastructure, as he says the United States is only building about 1.2 submarines per year. He says we need to be building 2 per year, and this year, in the anticipated new budget, we will be down to 1 Virginia-class submarine per year. Cramer says the only way forward is to share, and that gets tricky.
You're talking about the transfer of really top secret technologies. We have a system called ITAR, that's the international part of technology, research development, the transfer of assets, military assets. And there's a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of regulation that surrounds that.
Cramer was just recently in London for a meeting on AUKUS as he sits on the Senate Armed Services Committee and says he met with members of U.S. intelligence, the Defense Department, and State Department at the U.S. Embassy in London to get a better understanding of what the UK is doing in this effort.
Their comfort level in going arm in arm with the United States and Australia helped me get a better understanding of what, how big our job is in the United States to make sure we keep these other two allies in sync, just like we're in sync with each of them. What's important is all three of us are in sync together.
As for what's next in the project, Cramer says Congress will have to weigh in on Pillar 2, which deals with the international transfer of military research. He says there's also money allocated in the Defense Supplemental that passed the Senate that gives the AUKUS program more than $6 billion that the House still needs to pass and get back to them. As to when this whole project will be completed, Cramer says don't expect this to happen overnight. He says he thinks this will all be complete in the 2030s.